And again, we're learning about them because they're incredibly powerful storms, but these can also be very destructive, which we're going to see also later today. But take a look at this. I do want you to understand that they're tracking these all over the Atlantic Ocean all summer and all fall. And kind of like we have today where there's a thunderstorm watch, what the meteorologists are telling us is, hey, conditions are right for there to be a thunderstorm. Not that there is one, but there could be. And then if they say there's a thunderstorm warning, that means there actually is one. Well, hurricanes have something kind of similar. You see, when the conditions are right, they know that the water's at 80, 82 degrees and it's warm enough, and they have these winds coming in. And if the actual little bit of a storm starts, it's actually called a tropical depression. Now, hurricanes are measured by their wind speed. Remember that anemometer that the meteorologists used? That's how we know how powerful a hurricane is. And I know these are kilometers per hour, which is what most people use in the world besides the United States. But a tropical depression is kind of a weaker storm. Now, that's still strong winds, but it's not really going to create too much damage. A tropical depression, when it gets to 62 to 118 kilometers per hour, then it's called a tropical storm. Notice it's still not a hurricane. A hurricane becomes a hurricane when those winds are over 119 kilometers per hour. That is incredibly fast and incredibly strong. In fact, it can knock a human being over flat on their face just by staying there. That's how strong those winds are. And that's what can create a lot of damage. You take a look at this, and please note, this is not ever to do anything besides show you how powerful storms are. But it can take this off a huge industrial building and slam it on a car. That takes some majorly strong winds. The flooding and the storm surge is something we're going to especially talk tomorrow about, which can be by far the most destructive because it just has so much water coming inland that, things can't handle it. Buildings in the land can't handle all that water coming at once. Even huge giant hotels can get knocked over. And take a look at this shipyard. This was a whole bunch of ships parked nicely, and the storms just took them all like toys and slammed them against the ground. In fact, even some up on the ground. That's how incredibly strong these storms can be. Now, for your assignment, you might have noticed that there's not an assignment that you'd write down, but I'm going to ask you to do something. Really, truly, I'm going to ask you to pray, and you can come up with your own prayer. All the people that have been affected by hurricanes, whether that be before or after, in 2020, or that will happen in 2021, I'm going to ask you to pray for them. That's your assignment for today, guys. Pray for those affected or might have had stuff damaged by hurricanes. And we'll continue to talk about hurricanes tomorrow. Lord's blessings to you as you praise your Savior.